Okay, everybody, welcome aboard. Are you ready to continue the journey of stats and probs, or what you call statistics and probability? I hope you are, because I'm already excited too. And do you know what day is it today? That's right, so far so good, because we've already completed the midterms in our stats and probs. Now we're gonna jump into the finals. Yay! Are you ready? Let's do this, okay? But first things first, we need to start off with something very important, which is called the areas underneath the normal curve. Because right now what we're discussing is a normal distribution. You remember last time when we were discussing discrete probability, you've already known the different types of probability distribution tables, di ba? We have a normal probability distribution table, just the basic, di ba? Like for example, when you toss a coin, di ba? And then you formulate the probability distribution table, di ba? And then for all the and then remember last time when we were doing our periodical exam in our midterms, we've been composing so many probability distribution tables using histograms to represent the graph, di ba? And somehow, you guys might be asking me that, di ba remember, if you look at all the graphs that we make, lahat yung mga graphs na ginawa namin, they are somewhat like a normal distribution, which we are going to discuss right now. So what is a normal distribution? A normal distribution refers to a graph such that it is represented by a normal curve. So ganito kasi yun. Here's how the normal curve looks like. If you look at my stats and probs book, ito kasi ang normal curve distribution. So if you look at the normal curve is right here. This is the normal curve that they use for a normal probability distribution table. Tama? Because remember last time when we solve for probability values, we use the probability of of the height, di ba? Like for example, di ba remember last time when I asked, make the histogram of when you flip 4 coins. Find the probability that you will get 1 coin. And that is when you're going to use you look at the histogram and then you get 4/16 or 1/4 or 25%, which is on that column. Now and then sometimes it might ask you having at least, and that's when we need the cumulative function. So therefore ngayon, in the normal distribution, we are going to use the normal curve, which you see right here. And if you notice, if you look at the histograms that we all made, di ba remember last time I told you lahat yung mga histograms na ginawa namin, if we were to sketch them, this can somehow make a normal curve. You see how the graph goes down on this side and then goes down on this side, tapos yung mean ay nasa gitnaan. So that's a normal distribution. So when you say a normal distribution, what is a normal distribution? A normal distribution is a graph, a probability distribution such that the mean is located at the center and the values are decreasing and increasing. Decreases when going down and decreases when going up. Here's how it's represented. First of all, let's understand the concepts of the normal curve. So, di ba remember this is the normal curve? We know that in the normal curve, if you remember last time in our histograms, lahat yung mga sige, let me show you in a graph in Excel. Waiting, so di ba remember this is the normal distribution, di ba? So this is what you call the normal curve. Ito yung tinatawag na normal curve. You see this line here, which starts from here all the way going to there? That's what we simply call the normal curve. Tapos, did you see this point that you see here? This is what you call the mean. Tama? The mean is where the one that comes most frequent comes most likely. Like I will show you now some graphs to verify the truth. Like for instance, if you look at our distributions here, tingnan mo to, do you still remember? Do you know what does it look like? It looks like a normal distribution, tama? Tapos nalako mo talaga, ang mean namin ay 25. So ang mean namin ay nasa gitnaan, which you see right over here. At yung pinakamataas, that is where the mean comes from. So therefore, if you look at this normal curve, you notice in this histogram, we notice that if you were to do this, it looks like this, di ba? Here's some more histograms that I made. Remember the histograms last time that we made in our normal distribution? Yan, kagaya ng mga ganyan. Parang siyang normal curve na yan. Or even this one. Yan, parang siyang normal distribution na to. Or pati pa rin ito. Parang normal curve na to, di ba? When we plot the details on the histogram, this can form the shape of the normal distribution. Kaya nga, this is one characteristic of a normal distribution. The normal distribution is bell-shaped. When we say bell-shaped, ibig sabihin, it doesn't have to be exactly like a bell, but it looks like a bell. So if you look at this normal curve, as you can see here, this somewhat looks like a bell shape. You see how, imagine, this is how it goes. The least probability values, if you notice talaga, if you look at our graph, the value of random variable x with the least probability value comes here. Nama? Dito siya sa negative infinity. Tapos, they slightly stretch and then go ascending up to the mean. Ganito kasi yun. Like for example, ito yun, di ba? So let's just assume this is from 0 up to 20. Then from 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and so on, this is already time when it starts ascending. Like halimbawa, ang mean namin ay 25. So dito siya nagtatagpuan yung mean. Yung pinakamataas. Then 25 is the mean. Nasa taas na siya. Then from there, after that, 26 and so on, it goes down, 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 up to positive infinity. Now, that is one concept of the normal curve. It is a bell shape. Second thing you need to know about the normal distribution is, what is the next thing? So here are the notes about normal curve. So notes to remember about normal curve is this. Number 1, it is bell shaped. Number 2, it is symmetrical. When we say symmetrical, do you still remember our lesson of symmetrical? Like for example, you have this piece of paper here. If you fold it in half, it's symmetrical, right? Nakahati. The shape is congruent when you cut it in half. That's when we say symmetrical. So if you look at this normal distribution, it is symmetrical. Then how can we tell that it's symmetrical? Ganito kasi yun. First, let's understand the areas of the probability values underneath the curve. Do you still remember last time what I told you here? These are the areas underneath the probability distribution table, di ba? And all of these are probabilities. Then remember, you know naman what we discussed before, the summation of all the probability values that are in the distribution must sum up to 1. Because if all the probability values sum up to 1, therefore, it is a probability distribution table. Tama? Probability distribution graph pala. And we know that all the plot lines that are on the y-axis, these are all the probability values. And the one with the highest is what you call the mean. So can you imagine here, look at this. Do you think there are probability values inside this area, inside this normal curve? Yes, there is. And all the probability values must sum up to 1. And because sabi ko dito, it is symmetrical, so therefore, 50% of this is in this side, while 50% of the distribution is on this side. So therefore, on the negative side, we have 0.5, and on the positive side, we have 0.5 din. Now, this is another thing I want to tell you. Diba kanina, you saw these mga minor probability values? They are what you call the tails. What are the tails? The tails are what you call, tails are defined as lower so if you can see my handwriting. They are defined as lower probabilities. Ibig sabihin, yung mga tails na yan, they are the lowest probabilities. And of course, just what I told you, di ba remember, ito yung pinakamataas. So when they go down, the probabilities get smaller and smaller and smaller hanggang they reach up to negative infinity. And even if they keep on going up to the infinity, they never touch this. They never touch this baseline, which we call the x-axis. That's why they're called asymptotic. Yes? But the problem is, how can we determine the probabilities underneath this one such that if it's not known? That is when the normal distribution comes in handy. Later, in our next set of videos as we go along, you will learn talaga how to solve practical word problems involving normal curve. But for now, I want you muna to understand the concept of a normal distribution. Take note that we have a mean right over here. That is our mean. And then, di ba remember just what I told you, meron tayong standard deviation. So what is a standard deviation? A standard deviation, kasi nga these are the characteristics of the normal curve. It is bell-shaped, just like what I told you kanina. It is symmetrical. The mean, median, mode are always at the center. They coincide at the center, which you see here. And then, the width of the curve is determined by the standard deviation of the distribution. When we say standard deviation, do you remember that's what we solved kanina? What is the standard deviation of the distribution? To tell how wide apart is the graph. And then the tails of the curve flatten out indefinitely. That's what I told you na kanina. Ito yun. Now, to determine exactly what is the height of each probability, this is the formula that they're going to use, where y represents the height. Later, I will show you how it's meant to be done in Excel. Okay? And this is the formula that they have to memorize. But since you're not a STEM, unless you're STEM, of course, you don't really need this. You just need to memorize the probabilistic values under this. Kasi nga, this is where they get, because when they use this formula, they were able to calculate all the probabilities that are underneath this area. Tama? But, to make it more easier to find the probability right away, kasi nga, let's say, for example, if you have a mean of something, let's say, for example, di ba, remember this is the mean of 25, then our standard deviation is 3. So, how will our normal distribution be like? Of course, 25, then 28, then 31, parang ganon, di ba? And then on the negative side, we have 22, 19, 16, and so on. Tama? They said sometimes it might be kind of biased if you have the mean of that number and a standard deviation of other numbers. Kaya nga, they said, in normal distributions, to keep things fair and square and to keep things organized, they apply the concept called the z-scores. Ganito kasi yun. Diba, remember when we say z-scores, that's how they calculate the height of the probability. When they calculate the height of every probability, they always use this formula for every of the items, and then they plug everything up, and then whatever answer they put there, yun nga, it forms the z-table which you see here. Ito talaga yung z-table ko. Later, I will show you how to read the z-table. And we know that z-scores are represented to tell what the translation of the raw score. You will see why in just a moment. But for now, our activity for now is to determine the area underneath the normal curve. So now, let's start. First, di ba remember just what I told you? Di ba remember ito yung normal curve, di ba? So, this are mean. So, ito yun. So, let's start with our first example. So, if we have a normal curve right over here, di ba remember dito yung mean, di ba? Ito yung mean. We have to standardize it. Kaya nga, that's why nga, in a standard normal distribution, the mean is always 0, while the standard deviation is always 1. Kaya nga, that's why nga, in most word problems, in normal distribution, we will always do this type of distribution. The numbers that you see here represent the standardized version of the normal curve. Ito yung mean, ito yung standard deviation. So the 1, 2, 3, and negative sides that you see there, they are both standard deviations. So this is what you call the standard deviation. Ito yun ay tinatawag din standard deviation. Tama? So, yan. So, that's exactly how the normal curve looks like. These are what you call the standard deviations. And the standard deviation depends depending on how the distribution looks like. Later, when we go to our set of word problems, I will show you how this works. But for now, we need to show you how to solve our areas underneath the normal curve, because that's the reason why we are using z-scores, because z-scores tell us the cumulative value of probabilities. That is when you use a z-score. A z-score is used to determine the cumulative function of the probabilities. Let's say, for example, if you want it exactly here, so therefore this is this one, di ba? So yun. So that's our introduction. Now let's go to the main topic. So to solve for the areas underneath the normal curve, we are going to solve for the area underneath this curve. So let's start. Let's say, for example, number 1, z is 1.2. Kasi nga, this one that I'm working on, our z-table that we have here, is from the mean. Dito siya nanggaling. But if you look at Excel, it starts from negative, it starts from here. So kung sa tingin mo sa Excel, dito siya nagsimula sa tails ng negative. Dito sa z-table ko, it starts from 0, which is the mean. if you look at my z table, as you can see here, you see all the probability values that are underneath there. All of them start from the mean. That's how this y formula works, diba? So for 0.00, this is how you read the z table pala. First, we look at the column in the vertical axis to count it by tens. And then, we look at the horizontal axis to sum up the number. Let's say, for example, we want to find the probability value of 0.35. So look for 0.3 with the z-score of 0.3, which is right here. And then look for 0.05. Yeah, if they match and intersect, this is 0.05, diba? Now look for 0.03. If they do match, then therefore, if they do intersect, therefore it makes a match. And if it makes a match, that is the value of the probability value, starting from the mean. Tama? So 0.3, 0.35, that's 13.68%. Most likely in the normal distribution or normal in the z table, the number of decimals in that table are only rounded up to 4 digits. Pero, when you go to Microsoft Excel, mas marami pa yan. And they're very accurate. Kaya nga, I will show you later. Now, let's go to the main topic. For now, for letter A, for number 1, ang sabi ko, we need to find the z-score. We need to find the probability value such that the z is 1.2. Again, kasi nga, this is my z table that I'm using. We're starting from the mean up to that value where it stops. So, we need to find 1.2. Hanapin mo yung 1.2. This is 0. So, 1.2. And there's no decimal on the right side after that. So, therefore, if there's no decimal, that's just 1.20, which is exactly here. So, therefore, the answer is 38.9%. Tama? 0.49%. Therefore, that is the probability. So, ito yung item number 1. Let me write it for you. So, just like what I said, ganito kasi yung mangyayari. So, if I were to draw the normal curve would look like this, nama? This is the normal curve, and then this is the mean, 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And we're looking for the area of this normal curve such that it starts on the mean up to 1.2. So, 1.2 must be somewhere here. Let's say, halimbawa, dito siya. Then, whatever is being asked, you shade it. Kasi nga, just what I said, when you go to work problems involving normal distribution, kailangan ka mag-shade to determine which is the one you're looking for. So, this is the shaded area where we're looking for. Ito, yung naka-shade, yung kailangan namin hahanap. And that is from the mean up to 1.2. And if we look at our z-table, nasaan po yung 1.2? Ang 1.2 ay nasa 38.49. So, therefore, this is 38.49%. Ito na yung sagot. Pero teka, di ba remember that's the answer, di ba? Ganito kasi yun. Before that, I want to tell you one property about the normal curve distribution. It goes like this. We know that from 0 to 1, we know that the probability is always, with a standard deviation of 1, the probability is always 34.13%. With a standard deviation of 2, the probability is always 47.72%. And then for 3, it's 49.87%. Just like what I told you, if you are to look at the normal distribution, as you can see as we go farther, determining probabilities, if you look here, ganito kasi siya. Where is it na ba? Teka lang. Ito kasi yun. Di ba remember, this is from, ano yun? This is the normal distribution. I think it was right here, na page 59. Yan. So, di ba it looks like this? Di ba remember, this is the normal curve. So, from standard deviation of negative 1 to positive 1, that, di ba remember, from, if you look at the z-table, we know that's 34.13%. Pero we know that it's symmetrical, so therefore, we need to multiply that by 2. So, therefore, it becomes, when you multiply it by 2, therefore, with a standard deviation of 1, negative 1 to positive 1, that's 68.26%. Because, di ba remember, 34.13 times 2 becomes 68.26%. That is from the mean of 0 to the standard deviation of 1. Pero, since it's doubled, it has to be 34.13%. Next, for the standard deviation of negative 2 to positive 2, we know that's 47.72 if you look at the z-table. Pero, if you multiply it by 2, that's equivalent to 95.5%. 44%, as you can see here. Then on the last part, from a standard deviation of negative 3 to positive 3, it's 49.87%. Then multiplied by 2, it's 99.74%. Yun, di ba? That's how the areas underneath the probability distribution table underneath the normal curve works. Okay? Pero if you're looking for the one that is being specified, that's what you need to shade. Like for example, sabi ko dito, we need to find the area underneath the curve with a z-score of 1.2. So therefore, we look at the normal curve, and where is 1.2 in our normal distribution? Dito siya. And then you draw a line. And then because it's cumulative function, kailangan namin i-shade. Because it starts from the mean up to 1.2. And therefore, we get the answer of 38.49% as the answer. That is how we use it using my z-table. Pero in most of the aspects, they always start from this tail. So, ang kailangan namin gagawin ay ganito. Ganito kasi yun. I will show you how it's meant to be done in Microsoft Excel. Ito po yung solution sheet na ginawa ko sa Microsoft Excel. Ganito kasi yun. Diba, if you look at my z-table, ang sagot na kailangan namin hanapin ay 38.49%. Dito, we nearly got the right answer. Pero, if you look at the decimal places, they are still extended up to infinity. Because in Microsoft Excel, they want it more accurate. And di ba remember, you were asking me kanina, Sir, paano na kung Microsoft Excel, paano tayo hanapin? Ganito kasi yun. Our z-table in Microsoft Excel will not start from the mean itself. Because the z-table that we're using here, as you can see in my book, it is symmetrical. Symmetrical siya. That's why from 0, we start from 0.00. If you try to type there, normal distribution, and then, di ba remember, you get 0, this is how it goes. Ay, ito pala, I have to tell you something. Kasi nga, this is how you type the function in Microsoft Excel. This is how you're gonna type it. Like, for example, di ba remember, this is your cell. You type there equal norm. If you see the norm, there are different types of normal distributions that you can type. Tama? We have, if you see here, we have normal dot distribution. That means it returns the normal distribution of a specific mean and standard deviation. But because we are just doing areas underneath the normal curve, therefore we don't need that. Because just what I said, we're gonna use this when we do practical work problems in our stats and probs. So therefore we're not gonna use that right now. Norm.inverse returns the inverse of a normal cumulative function. But we're not gonna use that right now. Because that one, you have to type the probability, and then you are gonna have to get the raw score. But that will be discussed when we go to word problems. Ang kailangan namin ay standard distribution. So we type the norm standard distribution. You notice there's a difference, right? Norm.dist, norm.sdist. Kapag may S, ibig sabihin standard. Because just what I said, a standard normal distribution has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. That's why we call standard normal distribution. And that's when the term standard deviation is called because of the word standard deviation. Tama? So we type there normal standard deviation, and then here are the functions that you're going to do. Z. What does Z mean? What is the Z value that you're looking for? Like halimbawa, di ba sabi ko dito, ang Z namin ay 1.2. So you put there 1.2. Tama? Pero, and then cumulative. When we say cumulative, like di ba remember what did I tell you last time when you were doing Poisson probability distribution table? If you want the exact value, it's false. That means the height itself. If you want the normal value, that is true. Well, let's try naman false. Diba remember that sa false, we're supposed to get the height of 0? So let's say, for example, if we get normal dot distribution 0, that is our Z, and then we type false. Do you think we get 0 as our height? Yeah, but it's a bit different. Kasi nga, I do not know why the height is somewhere even more different. But I think maybe that's how they do it anyway. It's 0.398%. So I think that probability is higher. 0, then false. False pa na dapat. Yes, that's supposed to be 0 and false. Yun nga. Pero sabi ko dito, di ba remember kapag 0 and then true, it should be 50%. Kasi nga na Microsoft Excel, in our Z table, it's supposed to be 1. Tama? It's supposed to be, ano to? 0. Pero, because in Microsoft Excel, it starts from the negative tail, therefore, we should get 50%. Because true states that the probability distribution starts from the negative tail all to where it stops at the Z itself. So, therefore, in our Z table, it starts from the mean up to where Z stops. Tapos, kung sa Microsoft Excel, it starts from here up to where Z stops. Pero let's start with 0 naman. Kasi nga we know naman talaga, in 0, that's supposed to be 0% in our Z table. Pero in Microsoft Excel, that's 50% because from negative 3, from here up to 0, which is our mean, this should be 50%. And if that is so, yes, it's 0.5, which stands for 50%. Diba? Now, let's go straight to the point. Ang kailangan namin ay 38.49%. So we try normal dot distribution, 1.2, and then true. Kailangan namin mag-add tayo ng 0.5. Kasi nga, di ba remember, this is 38.49. Because it continues all the way up to the left, so we need to add 50%, so that should be 88.49%. Yes. And then we round it up to 2 decimal places. Yes, that should be our answer. Pero, ang kailangan namin gagawin, if we want to get the one such that, in Microsoft Excel, such that we want to start from the mean up to this area, ang kailangan namin gagawin ay subtract na namin by 0.5. Why do we need to subtract from 0.5? Ganito kasi yun. Diba remember, we know that 0.5 is the value of one area of one side of a normal distribution. Diba? This is the negative side, and this is the negative side, and this is the positive side. In this side, we have 50%. This side, we have 50%. When you put up these two values together, they sum up to exactly 100%, which forms a literal probability distribution. And furthermore, if you look at our Z tables up to the highest, the last one is 49.90. But as we go further, there should be many more decimal places rather than just that. Kaya nga that Z table stops there for now. So yun. Okay? So therefore, if you look at our distribution, remember, it starts from negative, so this is 50%. And therefore, we need to add our Z table, which is 38.49%. So therefore, in Microsoft Excel, if we were to do this, you should get 88.49%. Pero we want starting from the mean. So therefore, we need to subtract the 0.5. Ganito kasi yun. If you look at my solution sheet here, ito yung ginawa ko. I typed there normal standard distribution, 1.2, and then true because it's a cumulative function, and then whatever answer I get there, I subtract that by 0.5. And when I do subtract that by 0.5, therefore, we should get this answer of 38.49%. We should get 38.49%. Tama? And that's how it goes. Maybe in our next video, I will show you more practice examples. But for now, at least you learned the basics.